What's up YouTube, this is Drizzle, and this is Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. This is available on Steam right now, and it's a little single-player game that lets you set up these ridiculous battles with huge numbers of different types of units, and you can give them kind of different commands and so forth and tell them to either kind of stay their ground or attack other units, but I'll kind of give you an idea of what this game is about here. I guess it retained my settings from last time, but basically let me clear this out here and I'll show you kind of how it works. So you have one of three different maps. You've got the World of Thieves, City of Lost Crusades, and the Avalanche Canyon, and you can set the weather to random, clear, cloudy, or rain and choose the time of day, and then the clock will from wherever you start at, the time will progress in the game. So if it takes all day, like, it'll go from day to night time. If it's hard to hear me over the game's music, you cannot turn down the audio in this game right now. There's no menu option to reduce the game's audio. So hopefully the sound of my microphone is exceeding that of the game audio. So what you do basically, like I say, is you choose different units and unit types, and then you put them on a specific team. And once they're teamed up together, you can tell them to protect something. Like there's a castle here on this map, and you can put some teams there to protect it, and then you can have other teams try to attack it and see what team ultimately is the winning team. So, like for instance, we can say pick medieval team and archers, and you can pick how many you want, and you can really go nuts with the number. Like 250 sounds like a lot, but it's not that many in this game. Like we can go up to like 10,000 or something crazy. So I just made 2,500 archers. Obviously that's a pretty good number. You can change the way that they stand in file and rank with each other. So you see now they would be standing in this long line configuration here, or I can change it. And instead they'd stand in a long line, but kind of a thin long line facing this way. But you can move them around and put them where you want on the map. So I'm going to put my archers out there, I think. And you can change, the way they're facing to start. And I want them to attack. And so they'll be out here, and they'll just start kind of marching towards whatever enemy is closest to them, and they'll attack that enemy. So we'll pick up a couple other teams here and just give them something to fight. So that's 800 zombies. I'm going to put them somewhere, maybe out here, and they'll start walking towards whatever they feel like attacking. So now we've got 500 orcs hanging out down here. I gotta change these to attack, or they would just stand there and wait for someone to come to them. Alright, now I got Chuck Norris guarding the castle. He will not move. He'll just wait for things to come to him and destroy them. But I've tried a few things, like I've tried putting archers up on the walls of the castle, things like this, or up here. They just don't spawn when you do that for some reason. And anyways, let's go ahead and start our battle. It has a little frame rate measurer in the upper left hand corner of the screen, and the more units you have, like the ridiculously low the frame rate gets. Like right now it's doing quite well, but I've done like 8,500 orcs in one combat unit, and it basically puts you down to like the 15 frames a second. This game is not that intensive graphically, but it's very CPU and RAM intensive, because every one of these soldiers has an AI, and they can all do different things. And like I say, as you can see, we've got 2,500 archers just in this one section here, and some of them may decide to run off and go that way. Some of them may go after Chuck Norris in the castle. Some of them might go off and try to fight the zombies, wherever the heck I put them. I forget. I think they're over there. But you get the general idea. They can all do their own thing, and then you can also take control of any individual soldier, or I can go be Chuck Norris if I want. But then you can walk that guy around and do whatever you want with him specifically. So like I say, it lets me highlight any one of them. Once I start the battle, it will let me take control of one of them if I want to. So you see some of them have opted to go off a different direction. Most of them seem to be running towards the castle. But like I say, they're not all doing the same thing. Let's go look at the other armies. So there's Chuck Norris. He is invulnerable, and he can really kill things fast. If he's in the game, he wins. He can't die. At least I don't think he can. I've played as him, and his health never... Like, if he actually loses all his health, he just has a full health bar again, so I don't think he can die. See how much health he has there. Like I said, if it does get to 0, it just replenishes itself. He doesn't have any weapons or anything. He just kills everything with his hands. It'd be cool if they added like grenades or something, but they haven't done that yet. They need to add to this game is like you should be able to zoom out, look at the map to watch where all the troops are at. I think some of them over there is. I can see them on the horizon. That might be the zombies. Yep, that's a big army of zombies coming across the terrain going after Chuck Norris. It'll take them a little while to get there. I probably should have started them a little bit closer together, but whatever. So this is how bad the AI is right now in some of this stuff. Like the archers, the melee units are fairly good. Like they'll just run up and fight whatever they can fight. But the archers, and you can use World War II soldiers with rifles. Like as soon as they have what they perceive to be a line of sight on something, like just a direct line when they're in within range, they'll start shooting at it, even if there's a wall in the way. They're trying to hit Chuck, but they can't because he's over, on the stairway, and they'll just stand here and shoot at nothing indefinitely. But once the zombies show up, it should give them something to do. I might just send Chuck over here, and maybe I'll start killing some of them with... Maybe I'll control Chuck. Never mind, the orcs have arrived. You can see in the upper right hand corner there's a time scale. You can slow down time or speed up time if you want. So we'll slow it down. I hope the developers got permission to use some of these characters, because obviously Chuck Norris would need to get permission. And you can see these guys all look just like the orcs, like the Uruk-hai from Lord of the Rings. They even have their faces painted white. They have the same hooked swords and everything. Let's go kill some archers. We can just like knock down whole groups of guys in one attack. Now I can get the orcs to come up here and attack these guys and get them all involved. The zombie horde has engaged our orc horde, and they're going at it. So you kind of get the idea. I mean, this will definitely take a long time to go through. It's not particularly eventful, but it is fun to just set up weird, you know, like tons of different unit configurations and let them go at it and see who wins. When you start adding things like Chuck Norris, it sort of, I mean, it's funny, but it sort of makes it impossible for him to lose. But I will show you another interesting feature of the game. 1 second here. Alright, so here we have the unit customization screen, which will let you take, as far as I can tell, any of the normal non-hero units. Like you can't do Chuck Norris, and there are golden knights they're really not that powerful, but they're considered a hero unit, so you can't do them either. Any of these normal soldiers you can do, and you can just set their stats to whatever you want, so you can kind of make your own god type units. So I will load up, I've put a few. I've got one that's like these foot soldiers with pretty high stats. The longbow gods are ridiculously high speed and everything. Archers. Private Ryan's hilarious. Let's do Private Ryan. As you can see, he's got, you know, absurd health. All, you know, everything's pretty much maxed out for him. So I will load up a battle with Private Ryan and like one other group or something. Alright, so we got one Private Ryan down here. All you need is one Private Ryan. He is a killer. Alright, now we've got 6,200 Ancient Greece Wild Men versus Private Ryan. Some of the stuff this guy says is really hilarious, so get ready for some hilarity.
This Tommy fires 700 freedoms per minute.
700 freedoms per minute. Don't mess with Private Ryan. It'd be cool if he had some grenades or other weapons or rocket launchers or something. This is still in early, I think this is an alpha, but it's definitely a pre-launch, so I'm hoping they'll add more maps and unit types and things. Now the funny thing about this game is if you fall off of almost anything, it kills you. Like, you know,
I don't even know what I'm doing.
but let's watch how easy it is to die.
America.
Like, I don't think I even fell off anything, but just a slight misstep. The other thing, only the unit I've seen that doesn't die from that is Chuck Norris. Everybody else will just die instantly like that, even if they have, like you say, like he has asinine. He has more health, or about as much health as Chuck Norris, but he just dies instantly. Well, this game's on sale on Steam right now for like $13. Like I say, it is in pre-launch condition. But it is pretty fun to goof around with, and like I say, try all the different unit configurations. You can have more than one set of units on a team, so you can have a team like a group of archers and some knights and some cavalry all on one team together, and then have them versus like different unit types of a few other guys, and have them on a team and have them fight it out instead of it just being kind of a free-for-all. But anyways, appreciate everybody watching. This is Drizzle as always. If you like my content, please click the like and subscribe button. And I'll go ahead and do another video here in the near future. Thanks and have a great one. Bye.